Yo, what's poppin', people? Your boy Snacks is back in the building with another banger. And you know how we do before we get started. You know how we do. Before we get started, we got to give a shout out to you, the viewer, for taking the time out to watch this video. But while you're here, do your boy a solid. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn your post notification bell on so you'll know when your boy is going live or dropping his heat. And my camera looks crooked, but it is what it is. And my games are just coming on, which is crazy. But y'all know we do not start a video without giving a shout out to the amazing ladies of the CU Aunties. So if you see a CU Auntie in the chat or in the comment section, make sure you do what we supposed to do is shout them ladies out, say what's up, but most of all, be respectful. Because if you are not respectful and we catch you in these YouTube streets, y'all know how it go down. We ain't gonna even play with you. You know what I'm talking about? But let's get this thing kicked off because ESPN, Adam Schefter. Those are the two main culprits for the problem with all this reporting on Shedeursanders and his not speaking interview. It is not a mean interview. It is not a mime interview. It is not a pantomime interview. It is him mouthing words and not saying anything. So it was a non-vocal interview. Let's get that corrected first and foremost. But the reason for all of this and the reason for the misinterpretation of why Shedeursanders was mouthing his interview is Adam Schefter, ESPN. And they both need to come to the front of the room and apologize and redistribute their thoughts. Let's talk about it. Now, this is not going to take long. This is not going to be a lengthy conversation. It's not going to be quick either. This will be delivered with all parties in mind. And when I do say all parties, I'm mainly talking about ESPN. Because this is ESPN's fault. Now, we know Shedeur had his interview where he was asked about Dylan Gabriel and other things on the internet. And we know before that interview, Nepo baby Rex Ryan had something to say.
Stefanski is one of an outstanding coach, all right? But why the hell isn't he putting Shedeursanders? We're all waiting to see the Shedeursanders be the guy or Gabriel, whatever. Something's missing. Something's missing with this kid. This kid talks. He runs his mouth like I could be a starting quarterback with his arms crossed like this. Get your ass in the front row and study and do all that. If I know, the whole league knows. Quit being an embarrassment that way. You got the talent to be the quarterback. You should be. You should be embarrassed that you're not the quarterback now.
We'll see if they make a change there.
First of all, ESPN is at fault. All of them are at fault because of this man right here. A lot of people don't like Shedeur. And Rex Ryan is one of those people who just likes to be loud and talk a lot of trash for no reason. Now, after Rex Ryan made these comments about Shedeur not studying, about Shedeur not doing what he should do to be recognized as the starter, not putting his best foot forward, sitting in the front of the class in the media rooms, studying, doing all the things that quarterbacks should do. And with that statement that if I know, then the whole league knows, pushing the assumption forward that Shedeur Sanders is lazy, that Shedeur Sanders is not doing his job, but stating that he's not in the meeting room and there's the pictures. All of these pictures flooded the internet the very same day, proving Rex Ryan wrong. Rex Ryan is yet to apologize. ESPN is yet to issue a statement, not even a tweet about Rex Ryan entering or saying or putting the assumption out there that he has inside information that Shedeur Sanders is not doing his job. Nothing has been heard from ESPN or Rex Ryan on Shedeur Sanders not sitting in the front row. His ESPN companions have said that Rex Ryan made a lot of noise, that he said a lot of things and got on Shedeur's behind, that nobody has said that Rex Ryan was wrong, has been proven wrong. Because the words you say affect this man's career. Believe it or not, Rex Ryan is somewhat respected in the sports world. And his word is golden. His word is taking that somebody on the inside of the Browns organization told Rex Ryan these things. That was the assumption. And then when proven wrong, when the actual footage is put out that you are wrong, nobody has corrected themselves. ESPN has not course corrected. As a matter of fact, they even took it a step further. In response to Rex Ryan not wanting Shedeur to talk, Shedeur, on his very next interview a few days later, offered up an interview and said nothing. He just moved his mouth. He just mouthed the interview. And in response to Shedeur mouthing the interview, Adam freaking Schefter, well-respected ESPN NFL senior insider, host of the Adam Schefter podcast, Mr. All Things Football, Mr. First Information Giver of football, Mr. Breaking, this is what's happening in this sport, Adam Schefter, with over 11 million followers on his Twitter account. Adam Schefter tweeted, after the Browns named Dillon Gabriel their new starting quarterback, Shedeur Sanders reacted with a full mind. Adam Schefter, ESPN senior NFL insider, once again giving out wrong information that he absolutely knows is wrong. Why do I know it's wrong? Because
Minnesota.
Because Adam Schefter tweeted.
Stefanski is one of an outstanding coach. All right.
Adam Schefter tweeted about Shedeur and Rex Ryan himself. Adam Schefter put it out there himself. Adam Schefter. Shedeur pantomiming today was in response to ESPN's Rex Ryan's criticizing the rookie quarterback earlier this week. Here's what Ryan said on Monday on Get Up that led to Sanders before pantomiming answers today, but it was too late because before that, Adam Schefter had already tweeted about Shedeur Sanders. That tweet has 16 million views. Let alone, that tweet is still up to date. This tweet hasn't been corrected. The information hasn't been reformulated. But Adam Schefter got on ESPN and said this.
On Sunday, in what amounts to a very big game for the Browns and the Vikings on Sunday.
And a kid who,
with all due respect to the sky-high ratings on Monday, a lot of people were probably unaware that Rex Ryan ripped him, and he's responding to Rex Ryan. So people
unaware. A lot of people are unaware. Why are those people unaware? Is it because that you tweeted that after the Browns named Dillon Gabriel their starting quarterback, this was Shedeur Sanders' response to Dillon Gabriel being named quarterback, when it was a response to Rex Ryan trying to show him out on national TV. You are responsible for this. 16 million people seen that tweet. 16 million compared to the 3 million that just seen the tweet of you posting Rex Ryan's, or the 3 million that seen this interview with you this morning.
This clip and they say, what is this guy doing here, without realizing, with all due respect to the sky-high ratings on Monday, a lot of people were probably unaware that Rex Ryan ripped him, and he's responding to Rex Ryan. So people see this clip and they say, what is this guy doing here, without realizing the actual context to it. And now that we do even realize the context, here we are. We're 10 minutes into the show, and we're talking more about Shedeur Sanders than Dillon Gabriel, who's going up against the Minnesota Vikings, and Brian Flores, the defensive coordinator.
And whose fault is that? Who tweeted out that in response to Dillon Gabriel being named quarterback 1 this week? Who tweeted that out? When are y'all going to make these people take responsibility for putting out bad information? For putting out information that is critically messing up people's names, careers, and income? You tweeted this, Adam Schefter. You did not correct this tweet. You did not get on national TV and say, I was wrong for posting that about Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders' response to Dillon Gabriel being named QB1 was not that interview. That was a response to Rex Ryan. But you haven't course corrected. ESPN hasn't course corrected. We just go on because it's business as usual. Because we're the worldwide leader. We can do what the hell we want to do. This is the problem with everything and everybody, because nobody's being held accountable for the things that they do. They can make a mistake and it can affect millions of people, or it can just affect 2 people. But nobody's taking accountability for it. The NFL is inherently racist. They like black people because we make them money. 100% of the ownership of the NFL are white men. A few black people own minority stakes in teams, yes, but not one majority black owner. And they will not ever let it happen. in life. Try to tell me the NFL ain't racist, and I'll tell you you're wrong 100% of the time. Those NFL owners are racist. Pure, plain, and simple. Two facts that have shown me that they are racist. Colin Kaepernick was kneeling because black men and women were being killed by police, and they blackballed him. A racist, Charlie Kirk, was killed, murdered by a white man. The NFL told Colin Kaepernick, keep your politics out. We can't have you being a distraction. Charlie Kirk was murdered by a white man, and they held moments of silence. They held his funeral, his ceremony, in an NFL arena. The same man that said black people should go back to the 1930s and 40s. We were better off before the civil rights. Black women are not smart. If I see a black pilot, I have to wonder if he is qualified to do the freaking job. If I am listening and talking to a moronic black woman, it is understood that you got your job here. You got your job not because you're smart enough and you pushed another white man out of his job, but you held a moment of silence before, during, and after games for this individual amongst all of those black players that he didn't give a shit about. But you told Colin Kaepernick when he was asking he didn't ask for shit. He just took a knee. He didn't disturb nothing. You made it a problem. And then when you really found out what it was for, you made it an even bigger problem. And then you banned him from the league. You stopped him from earning a living doing what he loved to do. But a racist white man that don't like black people, don't like people of color, period, a proponent of the great replacement theory, you offer a moment of silence before these black players take the field for that racist ass individual. Y'all need to be held accountable for the things that you say about people. You let Rex Ryan bring up all the things that was said about Shedeur pre-draft. You said he don't study, called him lazy. Said he don't do his film work. How do you know? They can take iPads home and study film for hours. You don't know this. But by you saying that on national TV implied that you were giving insider information, that somebody that works for the Cleveland Browns was telling you these things. And if you don't think this is a big deal, you're wrong. Because that's all you've been talking about all week. There are over 4,000 videos on this very topic alone on YouTube. You have a president that is despising of any people of color. Nobody's being held accountable. ESPN, it's your fault. G. Bush had one of the most poignant, one of the best analysis of what Rex Ryan had to say about Shedeur Sanders, and he's 100% right.
Aspects, but at some point in time, when Rex Ryan is coming back saying the same thing that had you slide in the draft to begin with, unnamed narratives, unnamed.
Yeah.
So when you say if I know it, everybody in the league knows it.
Yeah.
You're lying, Rex Ryan. The pictures are right there. When you this trope, and we'll finish on this. This trope that you're lazy and you don't want to do stuff has been a trope on quarterbacks of color for years.
That is correct, yes.
It has been. So when you start throwing out that you don't have the cognitive ability, you're not smart, and they juxtapose that with the guy who's saying you're a supercomputer. You're a supercomputer, but you're lazy and you don't want to put the work in. Then you have a problem because you're consistently attacking my character, even though you see me out at Baldwin Wallace throwing the football, even when you see me doing extra. His arm was so sore because he stayed after practice for weeks and weeks and weeks just throwing the football. But yeah, every time you want clicks, you want to throw the narrative that you're lazy and less than. I can understand when he wants to get a little angry and excitable, because at some point in time, you got to stop sitting back taking in darts. Here's the thing I would say to him. Hey, what you do, your point was made. Here's now what you do. Tuck yourself away and get ready to play. Your point was made.
Yeah.
You don't have to go back and forth with Rex Ryan.
Right.
You know what they're going to bring. You know what's coming with it. So what you do now is you say, okay, log that away. Now when I get my opportunity, it's time to go.
Garrett Bush. That clip is courtesy of the Ultimate Cleveland Browns Sports Show. Me and G. Bush are tight. Me and G. Bush are cool. We haven't talked about this yet. But sooner or later, when he gets some free time and I get some free time, we gonna chop it up. But ESPN, Adam Schefter, you too are responsible for this. Shedeur is responsible for his response. You're responsible for putting it out to the world and making it like he did the wrong thing and putting it in a negative light. This is on you. What are you going to do? Are you going to correct your mistakes? Because some people need to be held accountable. But anyway, man, I'm getting out of here. Y'all know what to do. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Do not forget to leave your comments in the comment section. Do not forget to turn your post notification bell on. I know I ain't been dropping a lot because it's the middle of football season. I told y'all I'm busy as hell. My son playing 2 football leagues. My nephew plays in Houston tomorrow at his national championship game. They get to come from Alabama, playing in Houston tomorrow night for their youth football national championship. I'll be in Houston most of the day tomorrow. So I don't even know. I can't even go to Fort Worth and watch Colorado play. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? My nephew, that's my guy. Got to go watch him respectfully. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, I'm going to get out of here, man. Y'all be easy. ESPN, you on the fucking clock. This is on you. You got to do better. I'm going to holler at y'all, man. Y'all be easy. I'm out. Peace.